Hello and welcome to the tutorial on SSH Login. My name is Camille Archer, and in this video we will discuss what is SSH, what SSH Login allows you to do, how to access MSU's High Performance Computing Center via the command line, and finally, where to work once you're logged on to MSU's High Performance Computing Center. If you have a Mac computer, you want to view this video. Otherwise, there are no other prerequisites. So let's get started. What is SSH? SSH is short for Secure Shell. This is a network protocol that tells your computer how to interact with a remote server. If this protocol is set up on a server you're trying to access, you'll need an SSH client to access the system. If you're using a Mac or Linux computer to connect to the cluster, you will already have an SSH client installed. So for command line access to the cluster, there's no need to install additional software. However, if you wish to use a GUI application, there are additional requirements for Mac computers. Please check the playlist for a tutorial on accessing GUI applications using a Mac computer on the HPC. If you're using a Windows computer to connect the cluster, please view the video on logging into the cluster using a Windows computer for setup instructions. Once you have an SSH client installed, you'll be able to securely connect over an unsecure network to both the login or gateway nodes and the development nodes on MSU's High Performance Computing Center from any location. There's no need to use a VPN, as both the MSU and ISR firewalls are open for SSH connections. You'll also be able to securely transfer data across a public network, like the Internet or MSUNet, using SCP and SFTP commands. Instead of transmitting information in plain text across the network, making it susceptible to interception, your data or any network traffic from your local computer will be encrypted as it travels to and from the dev node. Lastly, secure port forwarding is also enabled, but we won't discuss this in this video. System access. Since MSU's High Performance Computing Center can be accessed remotely, there needs to be a way to control who can log in and access the system. The SSH protocol authenticates users with a username and password. Once you've requested an HPCC account and received a welcome email, your username on the HPCC will be the same as your MSU NetID. To log into the HPCC, open Finder on your Mac, type terminal. Once your terminal is open, type SSH space followed by your MSU NetID at the domain name hpcc.msu.edu. Next, enter your password. This will be the same password you use to access your MSU email. Note here, when you're entering your password, you won't see the prompt move. That's okay. It's still accepting the characters you're entering. Be very careful when doing this step, as 3 failed attempts will result in an automatic block on your IP address. To reset your account, send a ticket to contact@isr.msu.edu. Where to work? Once you've logged in, you will be on the gateway node. This node is an access point to the HPCC clusters. Although the gateway is a Linux server, there are some limitations on this node. Users should not work on this node, as it is not intended for heavy traffic. Instead, SSH to a development node. To determine which development node to use, scroll to the top of the login screen. Under Development Nodes, choose a node where the usage is low. These nodes are usually highlighted in green. At your prompt, type SSH followed by the name of the dev node that you've chosen. In our case, we're going to work on DevIntel 14. Next, type pwd to see your current working directory. Voila! You're ready to work.